Listen up or run for cover. Dropping knowledge from the people who have it to the people who need it. The real Brad Lee is dropping
What it is, Brad Lee back again with another episode of Dropping Bombs. Today in the studio, I got a guest all the way in from Miami, Florida. In fact, he's the king of Miami real estate. Is that right?
That is right.
Is that exactly right? You're the king of Miami real estate?
I mean, if I claimed it, right?
Is that what you are, though?
Yeah.
Are you the king of Miami real estate?
Absolutely.
Folks, welcome the king of Miami real estate. Now, if you haven't heard the show before, we just shoot the shit, talk about problems, challenges, situations, and see if we can chit-chat and find things that maybe help the listeners, which I fondly refer to as the Bomb Squad.
Love that.
Answers that maybe could help them in their area of challenge,
Yeah.
time of need. Can we do that?
Absolutely.
All right, fantastic. So you started this company here pretty recently, haven't you? How long you been in biz?
Well, in real estate business, I've been in it since about May 2015.
Yeah.
But it did not really start as a business. It was just me on my own, which is trying, make a living, get a deal, sell a deal.
Yeah.
But it really became a business early 2017, and now we're 19. So that's when I really made it okay, I gotta.
So how long was that?
Business. So about 2 years ago.
2 years.
A little over 2 years, yeah.
Little over.
Yeah.
And how you doing?
We're actually doing pretty good. Just had the biggest year of my life, you can really say. We did.
How old are you?
26. Turned 26 October 28th.
Hey now, forgot his own birthday.
1992.
Yeah. So did you ever have struggles or no? You just got laid out.
No, absolutely got struggles. I mean, shit.
What were the struggles? Because some of the people watching you, they're going to probably watch you on social media, so they've seen you before. You're the one that says,
"What's up, folks? The Kings here, folks." That's right. Definitely my line, folks. By the way, if you haven't, if you didn't even recognize that line, that means you do probably got to follow me on Instagram at the King of Miami Real Estate. So yeah, definitely did have some problems. My main problem was, damn, now I got to get an office. I had about, at that time, I think I had like $45,000 saved up at the time. That's really what I had left after, I had to make a quick investment, buy this deal that I got to sell. Had about $40,000 left, and I said, man, I got to get an office now, right? So I never had a very consistent pipeline. So it's I could get 17 deals in a month, and then they just could, really just fall out of contract, right? So my income was inconsistent, though I would consistently bring deals under contract, right? So I was like, okay, now I'm committing to $2,000 a month. That was probably the biggest fear that I had, because my bills are consistent, but my income was not. But then I figured, let me just add that fear. Let me just commit to this contract. I got to get this office. Now I got to pay for that office. And I can honestly tell you that did definitely make me work harder. Because now I had to get consistent. Then soon enough, I had to say, okay, well, I want to hire somebody, right, that I can train, because now I got consistent, right? Did that, then had more issues there. Training, hiring, and then get somebody to get consistent. That was a problem.
How?
Well, you're hiring somebody that doesn't know anything about the business, which is the real estate business, of course, which is specifically what I do is wholesaling, investing, just getting deals cheap, sell them.
Is it hotter than balls in here?
I think it's the cronut.
It may be the cronut.
I think it's the cronut.
Folks, if you guys have never had a cronut, Jalal had us go get a cronut because he was very curious as to what they tasted like.
Yeah, heard a lot about it.
So it's probably the cronut that's making you hot.
I agree with you.
Because I seem extremely hot. By the way, watching you on social media when you swipe the fucking forehead and say liquid chicken, First of all, that's fucking gross.
Oh, I know.
I always wanted to
I
tell you
know.
that.
I
Like,
love-
fucking, that's
I
fucking
know.
gross.
That's
dude.
your chance.
Nobody cares.
I know, man.
Like,
Actually,
that's the grossest
dude,
shit. Every
dude,
time you do that, I fucking just skip you.
I mean, you still watch
It's like,
it.
no, I don't. I watched it one time. Every time I see you're about ready to do it, I fucking swipe. Like, I don't want to see a fucking sweat fucking pour off your fucking. And by the way, dude, I'm not a sweater. There's certain people that sweat and certain people that don't.
I know.
Like, I don't sweat. And maybe because I don't drink enough water. I don't know, but I go to the gym and I don't pour sweat. Like,
Have you been
your
to-
head, your fucking forehead has more sweat than my whole entire body.
Let me tell you this, because I work out
And
hard.
you just
let me
got
ask
there.
you this.
You
Let me
weren't
ask
working out hard.
Let
I
me-
watched you.
let
You're
me-
just
let-
a sweater.
Let me ask you this.
You're probably covered in hair.
No.
Aren't you?
Let me ask you this. Have you been to not a CrossFit, like some, those classes where they go crazy, Have you attended any of those classes?
No.
Like fitness classes?
No.
Well, try.
Why?
I mean,
Not
just,
interested.
Just see if you sweat.
No, I've been, dude. I mean, I will sweat to a light degree,
Yeah.
meaning a light degree. I've
Yeah.
never been able to fucking like wipe my hand across my forehead and
Yeah.
look like I have, a
Yeah.
cup of water pouring out.
It's called liquid success.
It has nothing to do with liquid success. It has something to do with fucking liquid perspiration.
Well, to be honest with you,
Dude, what happens when you like have sex with chicks? Do you sweat like that?
I mean, it depends.
You either do or you don't.
Well, I do.
Ew. Gross.
If I get to work, no way. Nobody sweats like that. I mean, that's a little too.
You do.
No, not like that though.
What
I
do
mean,
you
depends. I mean, the AC's, it's not low enough. I mean,
Dude, it's gross. If you guys don't fucking follow him for
Okay,
any other
look,
reason,
somebody-
you should follow him just to see the fucking liquid success.
you should follow me.
It's fucking
anyways.
gross.
Yeah, you love it.
Dude, when you guys see it, just hashtag bomb squad and be like, gross.
Oh my god.
But anyway, so you're freaking. All I know is fucking. I've known you for what, a couple years. I've been watching. First of all, you were like fucking, basically out of a job when I first started seeing you.
Yeah.
Went and got your real estate license,
Yeah.
and then you were just you.
Yeah.
Like basically you had nothing, but you got on social media and you
Yeah.
started saying, "What's up, folks? It's the king here, folks."
That, believe it or not, like helped me so much.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
So there might be people out there struggling in business, and you were
Yeah.
struggling too.
Yeah.
But you didn't act like you were struggling. You got on the social media and you just started freaking blowing it up about, I'm the king of real estate.
Yeah.
And then you just like, it was almost like the whole, you acted like it before you became it.
Well, you're right in a way, because I was never there saying, look, I'm making so much money every month. Like, look at me now. Like, I'm on Instagram. Like, it was just, this is me working. Like, yeah, I know things are hard, but this is what I believe I am. Like, I will become that, right? So
Yeah,
I
but
was
you
just
kept going and now it's starting to happen.
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
So you got the watch. Seen you
Yeah.
get the watch, got a couple watches, got nicer
Yeah.
cars,
Yeah.
moved into some high-rise fanciness. You
Yeah.
didn't start there.
I agree with you.
What were you driving? You driving a little shitter to begin with, weren't you?
2007 Honda Fit, little shitter.
And you were saying, "I am the king."
I
folks."
actually was saying, do you know what was the thing? I was saying, like, I'm the king, folks, and the whole thing. At some point, I was sleeping in my Honda Fit.
saying you were the king.
I mean, I was getting out of the car, sneaking into LA Fitness, taking a shower, going to the office that I used to work at in Brickell, which is I slept there too. Still saying I'm the king, right? I mean, it's just like
Because you had no money.
I really did not have any money.
You couldn't find a piece. Couldn't find a female to lay down with.
Not really.
Get
man.
you dialed in.
No, I'm the type of guy, like, I gotta have money first, before I get dialed in.
Oh well. I mean, shit, dude. You did it backwards. Like when I was a younger lad,
I mean,
I'd have to sleep on a girl's couch now and again.
I mean, our
get
cultures
by.
are different, man. You know where it comes from.
Shukran marhaba katana
You know what?
Khodafez. That's actually not Arabic.
What is it? Khodafez?
Yeah,
Never heard that before.
yeah. That's because it's not Arabic.
What is that?
I don't know, but
Persian?
I always say Arabic
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
shukran marhaba
So
katana
here's what I
But
that
it's
I get
not.
about this podcast.
Yeah,
Like, it's problems that I have today,
yeah.
right? That we discussed to see if we
What
can.
problems you got today? I'll fucking solve all your problems, dude.
Okay, let's talk about. So every time, like, I'm growing, right? There is some fear. what about if it's not, the fear is not like, what if it doesn't work? That's not my fear.
What's your fear?
It's the fear that comes with growth. Because think about it. The bigger you get, the bigger is the liability.
Here's
right?
my belief.
Yeah,
We fear the unknown because we're created by it.
I agree. I agree.
Have you ever heard that before?
Now I do. Now I did.
Yeah, but do you get what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
I do.
What did I say?
That we're created by, which is the fear of the unknown. We're created by, because most likely
No. We fear the unknown.
fear the unknown.
We fear the unknown
Mm-hmm.
because we're created by it.
Okay.
Like, who created you? It's kind of unknown, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, if you say, oh, God did. Well, you've never met him.
True.
It's an unknown.
Yeah.
We're created by an unknown.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we fear the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you go into a scary, dark house, you're scared shitless,
I
right?
agree.
But what you're afraid of is the unknown. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you knew what was in the house, you wouldn't be afraid.
I agree.
If you knew what was in the empty room, you wouldn't be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
If you knew what was going to happen, you wouldn't be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason we're afraid
Yeah.
is because we don't know what's going to happen. And the unknown
Yeah.
makes us afraid because that's what's created us, the unknown.
But would you say it helps?
I think it's an instinct to keep us alive.
I agree. Would you say it helps?
No,
I think it does.
I do not.
I think it does.
Well, I make more than you.
I agree with you.
So maybe you should have a different perspective
But
for a moment.
I agree with
And the only reason I say that is because of this. I think my superpower, everyone has a superpower. One of mine is I don't give a fuck. It's true. Like, I'm not afraid of things I would probably should be afraid of. The things that you're afraid of, like growth, you're saying, the things that you fear, like you feared a $2,000 office, right? Most people would fear that stuff. You fear what most people would fear because most people do fear these things.
Yeah.
And it may be, cautious and save people some trouble once in a while. But I think it paralyzes more people than it helps. I think it paralyzes more people than it saves. And I
yeah.
think if more people quit
Yeah.
worrying about stupid shit and just
Yeah.
started pulling triggers and taking steps, they would end
But-
up in a much better position.
But here's the thing: it didn't paralyze me. It actually helped me in a way.
What for?
Like you actually.
How did it help you?
Well, when I actually took on that, it's not. I wouldn't
Why did
label
the
it as
fear
a fear.
help you?
Well, the fear helped me. Well, like I just don't want to fail. I'm
but
fearing
why did the
failure.
fear help
because
you?
because there is the unknown, right? It helped me in a way where it just pushed me a little more. Like you were saying in one of your videos.
Fear pushed you?
It was like one of the factors. Let's say it was like, oh my god, I'm so scared. Let me just fucking make it, right? But it helped. It helped.
That don't make quite sense, but I see what you're trying to say. You're saying that the fear kept you more motivated to actually make it because you
Yeah.
were too afraid to lose.
Makes sense.
You were too afraid to be right about what you thought might happen.
Possibly.
Yeah, whatever. All I know is you started out fucking somewhat broke. Now you're
Yeah.
doing pretty good. You're
Yeah.
growing.
Yeah.
You got freaking employees. You're growing. And
Now-
you're on your way. Now what you ought to do is figure out what it is you did right and do more of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's what I always try to tell people. Like, figure out what you've been doing that's right and then do more of it. And then get better at what you're doing and get your team better and then do more of it. So just do more, get better. Do more, get better.
That's exactly what I did.
That's all you got to do.
When I
And
got-
then don't
Yeah.
be afraid. That's
Yeah.
what I think where we disagree. You being afraid will cost you opportunity.
Well, it's not afraid that way. Like it's paralyzing me. Like when I was in Jordan, I'm born and raised in Jordan, Amman. Of course, hell yeah, I was scared to come to America, which is I moved
Why?
here. Which is I moved here August 2000. Well, first of all,
And what were you afraid of?
Well, here's the thing, which is the unknown. I didn't speak the language.
So,
I
what
wasn't-
were you
let me-
afraid
Let me
of?
tell you, I wasn't even 18.
Can I
was,
ask you a question?
Yes,
What were you afraid of?
unknown. I'm going to a country that I don't even speak the language
Okay.
of.
And what were you afraid of?
I don't have money.
What were you afraid of?
I don't know what was gonna happen.
What happened?
But here's the thing.
What happened?
I did it anyways. Fuck, it turned out great. Turned
Okay.
out great. At the end,
So you were worrying for nothing.
well, I think me worrying because it was like now, of course, it makes sense. Now it makes sense. Okay, I was worrying for nothing. But go tell a 17 years old kid, you're gonna go like it's like grabbing a 17.
Yeah, but dude, it's America, bro.
Yeah.
You've heard rumors, right?
Of course I did.
Yeah, everybody wants to come here.
I agree with you.
Yeah, you ain't nothing scared. That's like fucking my kid's scared to go to Disneyland. Like, dude, it's America.
I agree with you.
So you weren't that damn scared. You say I did it anyway.
Well,
Quit acting like fucking you was heading to goddamn Bangladesh in the middle of a fucking famine.
But I mean, here's the thing:
You didn't run out to freaking the middle of Africa with dengue fever on the loose.
I agree with you.
Okay, you came to America. He's like, I did it anyway. I swallowed my fear.
Well, it was that I'm leaving the family.
Yeah, dude, it was a jump.
Yeah.
And you have some balls. That's why you're making it. There's some people out there that won't make that move. You know what they would have done? Stopped. I'm not going over there until I'm sure. I'm not going over there until I am confident that this and this and this will happen. That's what people need to understand, dude.
Yeah.
You need to just make some moves. What's the worst that can happen is what I always ask myself. You know, what's the worst that can happen? And the answer usually is nothing. That's what can happen. Nothing. Well, what if I, get in a wreck on the way over to the house? Well, then I guess you get in a wreck. But like, you ever heard of those people that won't leave their home?
Yeah.
They're like, I forget what they're called. They're just
Scared.
real scared. They don't want to leave their house. They are paranoid. Shit's going to happen everywhere.
Yeah.
And then nothing will happen to those people.
Yeah.
But yet they're stuck in their house.
I agree with you.
Okay, well, apply that to business.
Okay.
Because people doing it the same thing with their businesses, and they're fucking stuck at a level and they can't figure out how to get past it. And the reason, in a lot of cases, is because they're afraid of what might happen if they risk this or do that or make this move or rent that office or get rid of this employee or hire that one. And so they don't do anything. They just sit there and contemplate, and they sit there and worry, and in reality, nothing happens. And then 3 years later, they're sitting there at a convention trying to figure out why they aren't moving forward. What's blocking them? And the answer is fear.
Yeah.
You're fearing shit. Not you, but people.
But I mean, even when I do, like I said, it doesn't do me bad. Like even when I just got my third office, the one that I've one time I FaceTimed you out of, it's like near 3,000 square feet now that I'm in. Now I'm paying way more than when I started out, right? About 3-4 times more. I mean, though that I already have a business that's running, I was like, damn, it's such an upgrade, like there is that fear, like, okay, now I got to commit to about, $5,000-6,000 a month, just for the lease. That's not even office expenses,
Did
right?
your revenue go up?
We just moved into the office about 3 days ago. The revenue will go up because now I can fit, instead of 8 people in my office, now I can fit about at least 20 people that will be on the phone, because now I figured out what I was doing right, and now I'm just doing it again, doing it more, doing it better, which is I figured out what I was doing right, then I hired people to do it, right, with me, right? Now we're getting better at what we're doing, we're growing the team, and it's great. It's great. It's working out so good.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah.
Are you having any problems?
Well, I think the main problem that I was dealing with, it's not exactly a problem. It's just things that I need to get done, like grow my sales team, like hiring people, then training people, which is, I guess, now we figured out the training part, right?
Well, what's your problem? Don't have any?
Man, none of my business. I mean, I'm trying to think, what problems do I have? I'm just gonna, just mention whatever's on my mind, right? Like, like right now I'm thinking like my personal brand should be bigger. That's a problem, right? Yeah, I need to grow my personal brand.
Why do you think you need to do that?
I mean, I need attention. I need attention. Plus, now on June 1st we got our event, Miami Movers in Miami, which is that you will be on too.
Maybe.
Okay.
Haven't fully committed, have I?
You actually did.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh. In June?
Yeah, June 1st.
Dude, if I keep committing to all these damn events, I'm not going to have any life. Shit, I got like 100 in the next fucking 6 months.
But this one is good. You'll be flying first class to Miami, enjoying yourself and your wife.
The Miami Movers.
Miami Movers.
How many people are going to be there?
We're working on 400 right now.
Nah.
We got 400, but the most exciting.
Is it realtors? Who is it? Who should come?
I mean, if you're an entrepreneur overall, you're in business. I mean, the people that I'm bringing together, like they're really good people. I'm sure you guys heard about Alex Morton. We're working on having him on stage. Literally have his contract on my desk. Yourself, and I got a couple names that I'll be releasing soon, and we're just figuring it out. But most importantly, it's the venue that I'm actually doing this thing at. I mean, it's exciting me. I mean, I don't know what people would think, which is Club Live in Miami. If you know
Hot dog.
If you know
Isn't that like a titty bar / bar?
No, that's...
Oh, that's 11.
That's 11.
Okay.
That's 11.
Yeah, because I went down there and someone was like, hey, let's go here. And like Puff Daddy's next to me smoking weed. And I'm looking over here. We just sat down and I'm like, damn, dude, there's some scantily clad women in this bar. And then they basically came up and started talking to us. And I'm thinking, dude, this is a titty bar. This is a titty bar / nightclub.
Yeah, that's 11.
Which I've never seen before.
Yeah.
And like literally, I'm sitting there watching friends of mine that I'm with, and I'm thinking, dude, you actually think you're doing well. Like they're sitting there talking to these girls thinking, they like me. I'm like, bro, you're in a massive nightclub / titty bar. These guys are, professional girls trying to get you to dance or, go to the VIP. I don't know because, I'm married. I wasn't partaking in the festivities.
Sure.
Dude, I fucking did so many titty bars when I was a kid. Like I was titty barred out by 22.
Titty barred out.
Yeah.
I like that.
But they were just titty bars. This one, 11?
No.
Ooh, dude, that one was like
11 is very popular.
That was like a nightclub / titty bar.
Did you enjoy it though?
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, it was like, it was cool because I'm a people watcher. So there was a lot of people to watch. Again, like I said, Sean Combs was to my left. Diddy.
Yeah. But you've heard of Live, right?
Yeah, Live.
Have you stayed at Fontainebleau?
Yeah.
Okay.
Live's the club there.
Yeah, correct. That's exactly where we're doing it.
So you're going to do it in the club. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, which is the light show, the sound. I mean, it's crazy. The spider web that we got, on the ceiling. It's going to be insane.
It's going to be a spider web?
Oh. Well, it's a light show. It's a light show.
Got it.
Yeah.
And it's for entrepreneurs.
Absolutely.
What are they going to learn when they come?
Most importantly, like I wanted every speaker to be sharing their stories.
Are you going to parachute in or no?
If I could, but I can't.
We'll just fake it.
I would. Right? I might, but the ceiling doesn't open.
Okay. Well, then just fucking walk in. How's that?
I know, proud. Just like drop on stage. The smoke and be pretty cool.
Just walk in. Just walk in and say,
at least I did it right.
It's the king here, folks.
I know, man. The intro
what started is going to be... What started the... It's folks. What'd you say?
What's up, folks? Which is... Honestly, like, if you scroll back, I was like, hey, what's up, folks? Like, I want to say something, right? Like, I dropped my video, right? Then I did it so many times. I have, like, near 6,000 fucking posts on my Instagram. And it just, like, over time, it just became, like, with a tone, right? Like, what's up, folks? And then over time, like I would go places and people would like, yo, you're that what's up folks guy, right? And it just like became a thing that people know me for. And I was like, dude, that's cool. So when I started getting attention for it, so I just like, got a lot more consistent with it. And it just became my line, right? Like, what's up folks? And then like, I swear to God, I would go to the gym, like even real estate events. I'm like, yo, you're the what's up, folks guy, right? You're the king, right? And like nobody knows my first name. Hey, you're the king. What's up, folks? And like, come at me. I was like, yo, that's great. So it just got consistent over. Yeah, I mean, like the way I say it, like it got better and I think refined.
Yeah, now it's perfected. So now when somebody does an imitation of you, then you're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
And people try to imitate you.
Yeah, there's actually people that do send me videos doing the liquid success thing you're talking shit about.
I hate that shit. Dude, that's fucking gross.
I know. I'm with you, man. You're right. You're right. Yeah.
Then what do you do it for?
I know. I think it's just like I'm reminding you, like you gotta like go work out. Probably like, yeah, this shit. Like I gotta go.
Yeah, but why your forehead?
Because it's big. I mean, I'm bald, man. Yeah, but it's all for it.
But it's like water.
Well, I mean, imagine what else I'm gonna swipe on the fucking camera. Liquid success.
Do you sweat like that? Are you a sweater?
He doesn't even work out. You just smashed a box of donuts out.
Dude, he did. The best donuts he ever had.
That is true. Cronuts, right?
Dude, so if you're not having any problems, you're just being patient, biding your time. I mean, what's the problem? You have no problem? That's the problem. By the way, that is a problem, folks. If you guys are listening and you have no problems, that's a problem. That's a problem in and of itself. You know why? Because everyone has problems if you're trying to go somewhere big. So if you have no problems, it's pretty much because you're not really going anywhere.
But it's like the problems that I have, like
you
I
either
know the
have no
solution.
ambition or you're not going anywhere if you
I
have
don't
no
have any
problems.
ambition.
If you have no problems. Like if you ask me, do I have any problems? Yeah, I got fucking problems, dude. I got big problems.
What are some of your problems? Let me solve some.
My problem is I should be a billionaire already, and I'm not. You know why? Because I sat back for the longest time and I built everybody else's businesses.
Okay.
And I basically neglected mine.
What are you
I
doing
let
about it now?
everybody else grow big, fat businesses. I taught everybody how to grow big, fat businesses. I helped everybody grow big, fat businesses, and I basically just neglected mine. So my problem now is I need to get busy. That's my problem.
Well,
And when I say problem, I don't necessarily mean like I can't figure out how to fix it. My problem, I basically should say challenge. It's a challenge to
sounds
me.
like I got a goal.
It's a challenge. Like in the next 18 months, I'm going to wake up the world and myself
Yeah.
and watch the difference between now and 18 months from now. Matter of fact, you should set your alarm clock 18 months from today. What's today?
I think it's the 15th or 16th. Yeah, the 15th.
February 15th.
Yeah.
Okay. Next year, February 15th, it'll be night and day different than it is right now. You hear me? Night and day. More people will know who I am. More people will be on Lightspeed. More people will be freaking doing it. I'll probably be at least 4 to 5x revenues. Because now I'm awake and it's a challenge and I'm taking care of it. Now, I have problems. Do you have problems?
I mean, you call them problems. Like if I heard you and you told me, what are you talking about? I was like, yo, that sounds like goals. Like, yeah, I get it. So I'm 26 now.
What's your problem?
My problem is I need to get my company to take over Florida real estate within the next 5 years or before, right?
Why?
Why? Because at that, first of all, it's a goal. And before I say I'm going to take over the country, right? Doing what I do.
Well, you can't now because you're the king of Miami real estate. Now you're fucked.
I agree with you.
You can never get out of that now.
We already messaged the guy that owns the king of real estate on Instagram trying to buy it out. But here's the thing. Taking over South of Florida real estate within the next 2 years or before, Florida real estate by 5 years or before is my goal.
Why don't you just change your name to the king of Broward County real estate?
It's fucking boring.
Why not the king of Dade County?
Nah.
How about the king of Florida?
Nah.
Just Miami.
It's hot.
Not Brickell.
It's hot.
Just Miami.
Just Miami. I mean.
What made you hit Miami?
Which is why did I move to Miami?
Yeah.
Which is I was working for Grant Cardone.
That made you move there?
I mean, that's the only reason. I've never even been to Miami before.
So how did you hear him?
Actually, I was working at a dealership in Georgia, Atlanta, and I sucked at what I was doing, which is sales. And the owner's friend comes up to me. He's like, yo, watch this link. This guy will teach you how to sell. And just don't buy any of his shit. Just listen to everything you need to on YouTube. And you'll get good. I listened to the video so many times. Literally, like the next day, 9 morning comes, ordered every book he had. Sell or Be Sold, 10X, the whole thing. And I started reading, trying to learn. So basically, that's how I got on Grant Cardone stuff. And, like I just went all in on it. Then he did the business seminar that was in Cancun, Mexico, which is, you were there actually.
I indeed was.
You were there.
I came for the tequila.
I know you were on stage with I think Elena, Grant, Jared. That was the only people that were there, right? So you were there. That's exactly when I met, met the whole crew for the first time. Then of course the whole entire 3 days I was like, yo, I'm gonna work for you, and the whole thing. So he said, okay, I'll hire you. I go back to Georgia. They go back to Miami. Then I get phone interviewed by the COO, and she tells me your English is not good enough. We can't hire you. I said, you know what? Like literally, she hung up. I was like, oh fuck it, I'm gonna go anyways, right? literally finished everything I was doing in Georgia, at the dealership, and bought me that Honda Fit. And I drove down to Miami, showed up at Grant Cardone's office, and literally I waited outside. Put my suit on at LA Fitness nearby, went to the office. I was there like at 7:30. COO comes in. She was like, "Hey, didn't we say no to you?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I drove about 1,000 miles for my yes. At least I want to shake his hand and just show up and just fight for the job, right?" Mr. Cardone comes in, and he's like, "Oh man, you don't give up, do you?" Whatever. So he did like a sales morning meeting team, and I was there. They gave me the job, and then that's how it all started. That's why I moved to Miami. So about 3 months later, I was out, got fired actually, did the wrong thing. Yeah.
See, blessing in disguise.
Yeah. So I got.
You wouldn't be the king of Miami real estate if you didn't get fired.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You'd be fucking schlep number 2.
So I got fired, and then literally as I'm driving home in my Honda, I was listening to his podcast. Literally, I just got fired 5 minutes ago. And then he was saying, like, there is no shortage of success. Look outside. Look at the real estate. There's billions of dollars. How could you say there is, like, a shortage? I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm going to do real estate. Went home, got depressed for, like, 2 days, cried, like, a little, Then I got up. I was like, oh, fuck it. I'm just going to go get my real estate license. I did. Failed the thing 7 times. Passed on the 8th time. Literally, I was going back so many times. Like, the lady at the desk, she was like, you don't want to try the insurance license? I'm like, no, I'm going to get this thing done. I passed my test. When I passed the first time, obviously it's only one time you pass, right? I'm walking to my Honda. I had the thing, like the printout, like I passed. I was like, what is the first thing that I'm going to do? I changed my Instagram name to the King of My Real Estate. And my people were like, dude, you haven't even done a rental. You haven't even done anything. But I'm like, then my defense line was, well, Muhammad Ali said I'm the greatest. He never laid a punch before. I don't know if that's right, but that was like my comeback. So literally, at that point, I mean, there is no income, so I was just living at a room, like a shared room off of Craigslist for like it was $725 a month. About 3 months later, I still haven't made any money. Like I ran out of money. I couldn't.
3 months?
Well, about 3 months later, after I passed, right? Couldn't afford sleeping there, so I had to literally pack everything in my Honda, and then I talked to the broker that I was with. An agent, you gotta have a broker, right? Like, hey, I don't have anywhere to go. Like, I need to sleep in the office. And I started sleeping in the office. And if anybody would like to validate my story, the broker is very known in Miami. It's Lifestyle International Realty in Miami. They're very known. Broker George. He let me sleep in the office. Started sleeping in the office. So basically, like, I looked like I'm always there, the first one. I would literally start making calls about 8:30 latest. I'm making calls, calling. I was calling real estate agents, telling them, what deals do you have? Nobody wants to buy. Like, if anybody listening from Miami, like, we deal a lot with liens, violations, open permits. There's a lot of that crap there. So I'd call agents, see what deals they can move, right? Then I would go figure out how to move it for them, right? And that was like really my thing. So let me just call agents, see what they can sell, and let me try to sell it for them, right? And that's how I make my money. I flip the contract, basically. You go wholesale that deal. That's how I started. Literally 8 months in, I get my first deal. There is no training. I was all on my own. I was just figuring it out. Like, I took some of the stuff, you learn, about sales, whatever. I was trying to figure it all out on my own. I was just in the conference room on my own, figuring it out, making the calls. 8 months later, I do my first deal, and the company pays me $2,000 in the deal, which is fucking nothing. Like, nothing. And I had to send my mom money out of that to help her. So still with nothing. But what I did is I went and bought like a couple shirts from Express, and I went to an event that night. There's a lot of real estate events in Miami. I go to an event at a restaurant called Zuma, and I meet a doctor. He's like, yo, I need a condo. I'm like, oh, I got the perfect condo for you. I was like, okay, great. Literally about 2 weeks later, like, I had him, buy that deal. Made like $8,000 on that deal. Then I sold another deal like not too long after. It was like a little multifamily, like 8 units. Did like 12 something on that deal, 13,000 on that deal. So it started there, right? But like overall, it's the calls that I did every single day, because it was so easy for me to just give up doing something so long every single day for 8 months, not making a penny, and the first check I get was $2,000. You can make more than $2,000 in 8 months working at McDonald's probably. So I did that, and I was like, oh my God, this is not gonna work. But I'm gonna do it anyways, because the way I was like keeping myself committed, I would look around me, because I like there was people, and obviously, I mean, as far as I known at the time, they look like millionaires. Like, did real estate make anybody rich? And I look around me like, yeah. So if I'm not rich doing it, then I'm doing something wrong, because real estate obviously got people rich.
A lot of rich people.
Yeah. So that's how I kept myself committed. And I, took that. Then at some point, I had $27,000 saved up. Listen to this. At $27,000, that was everything. And I find this one deal that was listed.
Yeah, but 27 grand, dude, that's quite a chunk of change.
I mean,
you must
at
have been
that
saving
time,
everything.
Of course. I mean, what is my living expenses? Nothing. I was still like out of my car at the office. And when I got a room again, I got a room in an area called Little Havana in Miami. Got a, like, not even an efficiency. It's like a room in the back of a house that is literally maybe 2-3, not even more than 300 square feet. That cost me like $500 a month. That's nothing. So I was saving most of everything. Like, I really, like, and what was I eat? I was going to Publix, buying like a bag of like, what is it called? Bagels.
Yeah.
And cream cheese. And that's what I would eat all week. And I gained a lot of weight. That was bad. But that's how I saved money. But I found this one deal, put all my money in. It was $6,000 to $8,000. Convinced this guy to put in the rest. He thought it was a bad deal. Did it anyways. And we each did about 30 on that deal. Almost 30 each. And got our money back when he thought it was a bad deal. Like, and we sold it like about 10, 15 days later. So that was like a good start. And then like it just kept going from there. And like not too long after, like whenever I got my first office, because remember, I got in real estate like 2015 May, and we're in 2019 now. So like I don't have like exact dates when I did exactly everything, but like my life moved very fast because I didn't get busy doing anything. I wasn't really partying on the weekends. Didn't drink. I still don't drink. Don't do none of that. Like I was just like I gotta get fucking rich. Like I gotta figure this thing out, And I was making calls Mondays, Saturdays, Sundays. You call it. It's just a working day every single day. And then I had this 1 month. I could say that's the month where my life changed, which is it closed the 3 deals combined. They did a little over 90. 3 deals. But it's not like I got them on the beginning of the month and they closed at the end of the month. Like their deals I worked like for much longer, but they closed at the same month, And whenever I got that chunk of change, I was like, okay, that's fucking great, right? And I just kept doing the same thing. But at that point, like not too long after, whenever I got the team, whenever I got my first office, at that point, I bought a couple of properties, right? Which is, they're not like rental properties. There's no cash flow. They're just like properties that I bought to sell, right? And then at that point, when I had maybe a little 40 or a little less, that's whenever I got my office. Even at that point, my income still was not consistent.
Of course not. You had to save a little dough.
Yeah, it's still not consistent.
So what do you think your number one reason is for succeeding? What would most of people done?
Why did I make it?
Yeah, why did you keep going? Why most people will quit like that after 8 months of not making any money? They're done.
I know everybody would say like the first answer, like, oh, I gotta help my family, right? I mean, obviously I do, but I have to do it anyways, right? But really what it was, like, I don't think this is the answer everybody will give you too. I just look good with money. Like, I feel good with money. Like, I look good. I feel good. I look good with a better watch. Like, I just love looking, feeling good. That financial confidence, it's just, I always wanted it. And growing up, I had this friend that always had everything he fucking wanted from his family, and I didn't. So growing up, I always saw what I can't have. And it's just like that. By the way, this is like, I love pets, right? I love pets. And when I was a young kid, I wanted this parrot. And it was like $1,000-something, right? It's a gray African when I was a kid. And then my mom tells me we can't buy it for you because we can't afford it. It's like $1,000. We don't have money like that, right? So that's like whenever like, okay, cool. So we need money. Like we're like, that was like one of the first ones.
Yep.
And then it's just like, I got humiliated without money, man. I got humiliated. Like eating those fucking bagels. I was hating myself, right? Like I didn't feel good. What was my reason? It didn't feel good. It felt like shit. Eating fucking bagels, doing the same thing every day that still didn't feel good. What motivated me? I'm lacking everything I want. I don't look good. I can't afford to look good. My clothes are not what I want to wear. The only solution to all these problems that I can make bullet points for days of, I need fucking money. That was my motivation. I need money. And one time my family needed money and I couldn't give it to them. And it wasn't like money because they wanted to go luxury shopping. No, my sister needed it for medicine. And I couldn't actually give it to them. And that made me feel less of a man. And I'm a man's man. Like, I want to pay for dinner. I want to help my family. I want to do these things. And that makes me feel good. And I can't feel good without money. And
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying.
That's sad.
I mean, no, I mean, it's not like, because here's the thing. Look, money can buy happiness. I get it.
No, money can buy
No,
happiness.
I can't. I mean, however you want to define it. But what
I
I'm
say
telling
it can. People say it can't. I say it can.
Yeah, but you were saying it's sad that I can't. I mean,
It's sad that you can't be happy without money. Like, money
Yeah.
can buy happiness, but
Yeah.
you should be able to be happy without
because
it.
let me tell you something.
Grant, your buddy, says you can't be happy without it. I disagree with him. Ed Milet says you can totally be happy
Yeah,
without
watch that interview.
Yeah. So, I mean, I agree with that on that point.
No.
Here's a simple reason. Let's say you were, a little kid in, the Serengeti out in Africa.
Yeah.
And there's lions around your tent, and your mom left the tent, and you hear a horrendous thing, and you pretty sure your mom was eaten, but the daylight breaks, and you open the tent, and there's your mom sitting out there, totally safe and alive.
You're happy.
Would you be happy?
Absolutely.
Then-
but that's
then-
temporary.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter what the fuck's temporary.
Yeah, yeah,
you
but-
can be happy
but
without
here's-
money.
but here's the
that
thing.
little kid would not know
Yeah.
anything about money because they're
Yeah.
out in the middle of a freaking
Yeah.
desert or African desert. All they know is their mother's safe. All they know is that they're alive for the day, one more day. They're running around, they're happy as hell because they found a
but
ball.
we're not
you
in a
gave them a
jungle.
pair of shoes and they're fucking happy. Doesn't matter,
Yeah,
dude.
but I'm not in
the
a
fact
jungle.
is you can be happy without money. Now, do I recommend being without money? No. Do I recommend going after it with all your might? Absolutely. You'll never hear me say money's not everything. I would
Okay.
say you should go get all the money you can get.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, it's also, if you don't have it and you're not happy, that's sad. You should be able to be happy as fuck with money.
Well, here's
and,
the thing.
And you should be able to be
here's the thing.
completely content
So-
without it because, dude,
Yeah.
if you really truly love yourself and you can help your parents move, whatever, you're obviously going to feel
Yeah.
better the more you can do for somebody.
Yeah. Well. Here's
So
the
the more
thing.
money you have, the more the more you can do, and the better you'll feel. But if you have zero money, you can still be happy. Were
Dude,
you ever
you're-
happy in Jordan?
Absolutely.
See,
but then,
there's my point.
here's the
There's
thing.
my point, kids. Just listen to old
But
Big
it's
Dog Daddy
all-
B.
but
I
it's
just
all-
laid
but it-
down the bomb.
But it's all temporary. Because I'm
It's not temporary.
Here's
It's
the thing.
it's a mindset, dude. It
Yeah.
could have been forever.
But here's the thing.
Like
I'm
hey,
I'm happy.
When you take for granted things, okay, you start to be unhappy. Like,
Well,
have
you-
you ever
you-
have you ever heard the saying, "I was mad that I had no shoes until I met a man with no feet"? Mm-hmm. Yeah. In other words, like, I'd be pissed I can't get the shoes I want.
Yeah.
Well, look at the dude with no feet. That dude would just
Well,
be happy to
here's-
have fucking
here's-
feet.
Well, here's my,
So it's perspective, dude. It's perspective.
I get
Like
that.
right now, are you happy with where you are? Because if I had your money, I'd be fucked.
I agree with you.
Right, but you're happy, aren't you?
I'm happy that I got here.
Are you
because-
happy?
Yeah,
Okay, so guess what? You don't have any money, and you're fucking happy.
I agree with you.
Grant Cardone would say you're broke.
I agree.
Yeah, billionaires would say we're all fucking broke. And guess what? I'm fucking pretty happy. So what does it mean you can't have money? I mean, you can't be happy without money. It means it's a perspective. Because in your perspective, you're not as rich as Grant, but you're comfortable, aren't you? So you're happy now.
Yeah, but here's
Would you
the
be
thing.
happier with $1 billion?
Of course I would.
Would you be happier with 100 billion?
Absolutely.
Eventually, how much money would you have to be as happy as you can be?
Well, I mean, I'm
$1
not.
trillion, would you be happy?
Of course.
What if you had all the money in the world? Would you be happy?
Even better.
You shouldn't be, because if you had all the money in the world, money would be worthless.
I agree with you.
And then you'd just have a big old fucking mess.
I agree.
But I get what you're saying. But you get what I'm saying or not?
I
Because you're
do.
only 26,
I
and I want to try to impart some wisdom.
I love that. Now, here's the thing. Going back to the kid with his mom in the jungle, that turns out she's not eating. I'll tell you this. I was back home in Jordan with my entire family. Did we have happy times? We did. But not too long after, till we started seeing things that would make us all miserable.
That's
because
perspective.
But here's the thing. No. When
It's
you
perspective.
Well, here's the thing. When the family needs, as simple as, okay, there's this medicine needed for health. Somebody got to get better. And it's hard to afford that. And this will affect an entire household that doesn't have money. But then the thing is, it's not that I'm sitting there like, oh my God, I'm so unhappy right now. That's not what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. But even the word, I don't even like the word
You're
happy.
using cliche shit
No.
I can't afford medicine.
No. It was literal.
Yeah, but guess what?
No, but
so
here's
what?
the thing. Here's the thing. It was, let's say, it's not even happy or not. It was more like pissed off that I can't help the people that I love, that I care about. It made me feel not good. It's exactly like, okay, I gotta give me $100 bill. Okay, the bill made me feel better. It's what I fucking did with it, you know? And I know, as a man that does provide for his family, yeah, without money, I won't be as happy, because it's making me do more for the people that I like, that I love. My mom, I love doing things for my mom. Just bought her a new freaking oven. Look how little is that? And she's stoked about it.
See? Then your mom's happy, right?
She is happy.
Okay, then it's perspective. All you
but-
got her
but
was a fucking oven.
Yeah. Still,
I'll get her 5 ovens. Guess what?
It
Guess
still-
what?
It
It
still
ain't gonna
costs
make it.
money.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You think 1 oven from you or 10 from me is gonna make her feel better?
Absolutely not. But
Who's gonna feel better?
Of course, mine.
Exactly.
Of course,
See, it's
because
perspective, dude.
I agree with you. You're right.
Thank you.
But I had to pay for it. Right?
What do you mean?
Like, I had to pay for the oven.
Well, sure.
So it did cost.
Dude, I already told you. I think money can buy happiness.
Okay. I'm with you.
Yeah, we're not arguing on that. What I'm trying to get you to admit or see is happiness is a perspective. Money has nothing to do with it.
But that's my perspective.
Right, but your perspective needs to be broadened, because money, if you don't have money, you're unhappy. That's sad.
Maybe when I
You
get
should be
as
happy
rich as
because
you,
your mom's alive.
Well, maybe when
I'm
I
not
get-
rich, but you should be happy that your mom's alive.
I agree.
Why don't you be happy that fucking you're alive? Why don't you be happy the people you love are alive? Like, just be happy about that.
But
Now,
let me
I
ask
can't
you
get her
this.
the medicine. Boo hoo hoo. It doesn't mean that that you can't be happy.
But this is not just about
It's perspective,
you and I.
son. We've been arguing about this way too long. I'm just gonna drop a bomb on that and fucking move on to the next deal.
Okay.
Because you, my friend, will grow up one day and go, "Motherfucker was right," because it's perspective, dude.
Well, let me ask you this question. This is not just you and I talking. There's people that's listening, right? So, do you think
7 billion people.
Do you think it's as thin as a hair, the difference between you saying, "Oh, I could be happy without money," and making sense of being broke? Because let me finish, please. Let me finish. I could make sense. Like, I could just sit here and say, if I'm happy without it, why would I go after it, right? Like, forget how you and I could do think, right? But what about if somebody's out there now saying, well, fuck, I'm happy right now. Why would I even go for it? It takes a lot of work, right? But I mean, my thing is, I don't want to say that too much. Then at some point, I'm making sense of not getting as rich as I need to be, as I want to be, right? So what? I see, I'm looking at your face. You can't make sense of what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm just listening.
No, but which is, could you keep saying, I'm happy the way everything is now? Then, I mean, which is you probably not, but that's your one way of making sense of not having it. Then now you're making sense of being broke, right?
Who's making sense of being broke?
I mean, whoever, I'm saying, if somebody's listening, right? Somebody's driving their car
and they're
saying,
broke, saying,
okay, and
hey,
they're like,
Brad's
yeah.
right. I'm happy and I'm broke. Why make money? I don't need to make money. I'm happy.
Yeah, but then at that point, whoever's that is lying to themselves until an urgency happens.
But what are you trying to say? Like, you trying to save
like,
people that are broke?
I'm asking you, like, isn't there, like, wouldn't you think somebody could also make sense of being broke by saying, I'm happy anyways.
Yeah, if they're happy and they want to be broke, who gives a fuck? Let them be broke and happy.
I agree with you, but if we're doing this dropping this bomb thing to
You got to drop a bomb before there's a bomb dropping. The bomb would be you going, hey, have you ever thought? And I thought, that's a fucking good one. I never thought of that. Or, hey, great point. So make one, and I'll drop a fucking bomb.
Yeah, which is my thing is you don't want to abuse what you're saying by saying, okay, well, I'm happy the way everything is now, and I don't have.
That's not what I'm saying. He's been listening. Have I been saying that? I haven't been saying that. I said happiness is a perspective. It's a perspective. It has nothing to do with money. And I also said money can buy happiness. So if anyone's confused, that's what they're confused by. And I just explained it. Like money can buy happiness. If I go home right now and buy my kids a bunch of shit, they get really excited and they're happy, which makes me happy. So money bought that happiness because it made it happy. But if I go home with nothing, my kids are happy to see me. And it has nothing to do with money because they missed me all day, which means happiness is a perspective. And when people realize happiness is a choice, they'll quit worrying about fucking money. Because if money's the only thing that motivates you and you really can't be happy without it, well, then it's a sad thing. It means you're broken. It means you don't have the right perspective. I can be happy with money. I can be happy without money. The question is it going to make me not go after more money? Fuck no.
But
because
it could do that to somebody.
Well, that's their business. But the point is I think I need billions of dollars. Why? So I can go help people because it makes me happier. People need help. So I want to be the steward of money. Yeah. I like fine shit. Yeah. I like fucking Ferraris. I like fucking private jets. I like first class. I like fucking helping. I want more money. Now, can I be happier just because I'm happy? Yeah. Will I be happier, richer as fuck than I will with no money? I believe I will be. I believe I'll be happier, richer than I am currently. Yeah. But do I believe that I have to have money to be happy? No, I do not believe that. And that's all I'm trying to get you to understand. Like, it's perspective.
So you were saying
happiness is perspective.
So you said
your mom, I could give her $5 billion and put a bullet in your head. Do you think she would be happy?
Of course not.
Okay, then it's perspective. She's saying the money is worthless. Listen, it doesn't matter. Money is worthless. My son is dead. I'm not happy no matter how much money you give me. Okay, well then I guess happiness is a perspective. You're saying it isn't. Without money, you're unhappy. Well, that's your own choice. That's your own perspective. And you should probably review that and start to realize you don't need the money to be happy. And you can be happy without money. And if you realize that, and if you think that'll make you settle, then that's another issue altogether.
Mm-hmm. Well,
that's another issue altogether. Because you're thinking, well, fuck, if I don't lie to myself and act like money makes me happy, and if I don't have it, I'll be unhappy. That's the only thing that drives me.
Yeah, but that's not like saying if I don't have my car.
Dude, let me ask you a question. If you knew you were going to die in 24 hours, okay, what would you do?
Spend it with my family.
Well, what if they were right here? Where would you go? What would you do? Money would be no longer important, would it? Not
really.
Okay, so then there you go. Mm-hmm. But because you take it for granted,
no, but
you're after money.
That's different.
It's not different, dude. It's perspective.
That's very different.
You take a fucking vote, dude. You take a vote. Folks listening, go follow the king of Miami real estate and hashtag and tell him, vote for me. Tell him whether I'm right or I'm wrong. Again, there's gonna be a bunch that are gonna be claiming your rep over there, but it's again sad that people believe that you have to have money to be happy.
I mean, it's not like there is any.
You don't have to have money to be happy.
There is no amount of money I'll take over. For example, like being around my family and having my family.
Dude,
obviously, right?
Either agree or backpedal. Which one?
Well,
you have to agree or backpedal.
Well,
do you know what a backpedal is?
I was never disagreeing with you.
I know, but do you know what a backpedal is?
Yeah.
What's that?
Like backpedal, like you're going against the.
Backpedal, like change what you said.
Yeah.
Do you believe you can be happy without money?
Temporarily, yes.
Okay, so we backpedal.
Temporarily.
Yeah. Well, you can be permanently happy too.
I agree with you. It's a perspective, right?
Do you believe that?
Now
do you believe that?
I believe what?
That it's perspective.
I do believe absolutely.
Okay, then
there
there
is
you go.
like
Then
there is
that's
people,
it.
like there is
Lesson
people,
learned, kids.
Like
Lesson learned, kids. No more
people,
conversation
like
needed.
there is people that would agree with me and people that would agree with
Nobody
me too.
would agree with you if they were listening to me. That's a fact. Because happiness is a perspective, dude. 100%.
You wouldn't tell that to yourself.
Let me ask you a
Steve.
question. Were you smarter? Are you smarter now at 26 than you were at 14?
Absolutely.
Do you think you'll be smarter at 36 than you are now?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm 50. So do you think I'm maybe a little bit smarter
Without
and more
a doubt.
experienced than you?
Without a doubt. Yeah.
Okay. And by the way, doesn't necessarily, this is the thing, this is what I mean. Doesn't necessarily mean I am, but most likely it could mean that I am. Why? Because by the way, I've met people older than me that were not smarter than me because they didn't do anything. Their mind was closed. They didn't understand that shit is a mindset and a perspective. I'll bet you that you're smarter than a lot of people older than you. So age doesn't mean you're smarter. But if you take two equal people that both are smart and they're both experienced, usually the older person has more experience.
Yeah.
The reason I say this is for one thing, because dude, in 10 years, or it probably take you a little bit longer, but if you were older and going through some, sickness and stuff, you're going to realize that, hey, money is not the fucking thing that's going to make you happy.
Can I say something?
Health, by the way, is
matters.
more important than money.
100%.
100%.
100%.
Yeah, we both agree on that.
Now let me say something. I'm saying everything I'm saying is out of my 26 years of life, right?
No, I think what you're saying is what you've listened to in the
now-
last 3 to 4 years of it.
Now listen to
And
me.
it's called blah, 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 blah. It's called guru shit.
Listen
You're
to me.
regurgitating a bunch of guru
listen to
shit.
me. Listen to me, please. The only problems that I had in my life since I came to America until today, August
Are
2000.
stemming from money.
Now, could I have other problems maybe money can fix, and maybe then I'm going to learn a lesson about life? Possibly, you're right. But I'm just saying, within the last few years in my life, when I moved here, when I was a kid, and now I'm 26, all these problems I had could have been solved without money. Because here's one thing. Like there is, for example, this one thing that also pisses me off. Like I just visited my family in Jordan in December in 2000, like last year, like a few months ago. And then I seen my sister maybe 2-3 times since I left Jordan because I'm here trying to create a life for us, right? And that last time I go back, last year, which is a few months ago, the woman just got married. Like she got married, she moved on, she's got her we haven't even spent time together. I haven't got to hang out with my mom. I see wrinkles on my mom's face. I'm like, damn, I miss so much time with them, right? But I'm here trying to make things happen for everybody. But now, things are better. Now I go see them every year. But I haven't seen them in the last few years for a reason, because things were hard, right? So money would have solved that problem. I'm not saying health matters less, or no, you need your family. I'm not saying sacrifice your family.
What are you saying then?
What I'm saying is you need money.
I would agree.
I'm saying you need money. Listen to this. Could you be happy without money? Yes.
Then there you go.
Hold
That's
on.
it.
But it's not done there. Yes,
Yes,
you
it
can
is.
be.
That
but
is. That is where it's done.
But then until one bad thing happened that you need
Not
to pay
until
off.
one bad thing happened.
Well, then more than one.
Okay, I'm gonna make you one more example. Then we'll close her down. Listen to this. You say money was the only problems you had, right? Right?
Yeah.
So if you knew where to go make $30 million the day you got here, if you knew that, would money have been a problem?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so really your problem was you didn't know how to get $30 million. So a
agree
lack
with you.
of knowledge was your problem, not lack of money. Because there was no lack of money from the day you got here. There was plenty of it.
but
You
I
just,
mean-
listen, you just didn't know how to get it. Yes or no?
Of course.
Okay, so a lack of knowledge was your problem. Correct or
To
incorrect?
go get money.
Correct or incorrect?
To get money.
The problem was not the lack of money. The problem was you didn't understand how to get it.
Okay.
Yes or no?
Of course.
Okay, well,
If you know how to get it, you'll
all
never
I
do.
did, all I did just now is change your perspective.
No, you just
because
got-
before I brought it up,
you got literal.
Before I brought it up, you thought money was your problem. I just got you to change your fucking mind, and you just said now the lack of knowledge was your problem. That was simply a perspective change. Mm-hmm. So is happiness, dude. You're only unhappy when you can't buy your mom a stove because of a perspective that you should be doing it. Now, you could be thinking, I can't buy my mom a stove, but I can get her a fucking, she is happy because I'm home for the holidays. Now, a perspective would be you're grateful that she's happy that you're home. Yes, I would love to get her a stove, but she's happy that I'm home. Now, that's called perspective. You're happy, she's happy, everybody's happy. You didn't get the fucking stove. You couldn't afford the stove, but still people are happy. Why? Perspective. People need to understand happiness is a fucking choice. It's a perspective. It has nothing to do with money. But just to make sure I don't confuse the bomb squad, I would agree with fucking the king of Miami real estate right now that money you should want. You should not be happy without it. You should go after it 1,000%. It is better with it than without it, because I've had none. And by the way, I was happy then too. Like, I'm happy then, I'm happy now, I'm fucking happy. Happy is a perspective.
Oh, you're happier now?
I don't think I'm any happier. I think I have more choices and options, so I feel better. So you could say I feel happier. Like if I had no money to buy my kids stuff, I would be less happy. I would start to convince myself that I'm not happy.
So you're happier
until I realize my kids are fucking healthy. You know what? That's something to be happy about.
I agree.
Because you're not unhappy until you are unhappy. Like, fuck, I'm bummed. I can't get my kids clothes and I can't look like a hero. This bullshit. And then all of a sudden I find out I have cancer. And now I'm not even going to be around. Well, now I'm not unhappy that I couldn't buy him fucking clothes. Now I'm unhappy I'm not going to see him grow up. Right?
Correct.
And then I find out, that mistake, I don't have cancer. I get to be around. Now all of a sudden I'm fucking happy again, aren't I? I'm 100% happy. I do get to see him grow up. Has nothing to do with money. Has something to do with perspective. It's all about perspective. So here's the bottom line, is what I would recommend everyone do. Fucking be grateful that you get to stay another day, and then wonder how good your day can be. Because as soon as you open your eyes, it's a good day. There's no such thing as a bad day. It's just how good will it be is the question. You're going to have some good days, and then you're going to have some really good days. But if you think every day is a good day and there's no such thing as a bad day, well, then you have the right perspective.
I agree.
That's a perspective.
I agree.
And I know people walking around right now flat broke like a motherfucker, and they are happy people. And I know people that are rich, miserable as fuck, don't like themselves, don't like their spouses, don't like their situations, and they're miserable fucks.
But I'm
so
not
guess
saying
what?
have it one way.
I know, but what I'm saying is,
you
is,
can have it all.
dude, you want to first start by having the right perspective.
Yeah.
Because the best way to do it is to have both. Have the right perspective, be happy, and get a fuckload of money. Help a bunch of people. Be able to go and fucking help your family, buy all the fucking medication, do everything you've ever wanted to do, and then some. Man, that feels good. Right? I agree with that. Everyone should do it. But if for some reason you can't, if some reason you don't, and if some reason you're not there, you're unhappy, well, then you've got the wrong perspective. You should be happy one way or the other. In my opinion, and again, it's just my opinion. Folks, listen, go follow this cat. Bomb Squad. Tell him your opinion. Tell him, I agree with you, Jalal. Fucking Brad's wrong. He was just looking to argue with you. Or hashtag and just say, fucking gotta go with the B-Meister. Gotta go with Brad on this one. Because when people really think about shit like that, they start to realize, oh, I was listening to someone that made a lot of sense about fucking making money and, can't make sense of being broke. If you make sense of being broke, you're going to stay broke. Maybe that person needs to fucking do that. I don't need to do that. I can make sense of being broke. I can make sense of being rich. What's the point? Like, I'm not supposed to make sense of being broke. Who the fuck is trying to make sense of being broke? There is no sense in being broke. I agree. Yeah, you should be rich.
Yeah, but there's more broke people than rich people.
Well, you know why, though? They got the wrong fucking perspective. They think they can't do it, when in reality, they can do it. They're thinking incorrectly. Their perspective's fucked up, dude. Like, what makes you any better than the next guy? What makes me any better than the next guy?
I guess your answer is your perspective.
Yeah, it's your fucking mindset, dude. You believed in yourself. You fucking take chances. You make moves. Right? Mm-hmm. Why doesn't somebody else? They think they fear fucking taking action. They fear not making moves. They fear what might happen. In the beginning of this, you also said, I fear it too, but it didn't stop me. Right. Why? Because ultimately, dude, your perspective on things, you're like, fuck it. What's the worst that can happen? Fuck, I was already broke when I started. Like, what's the worst that can happen? I'm already eating fucking bagels and cream cheese. Who gives a shit? Right? Mm-hmm. If I don't do something, I'm going to be eating this forever. And that's more scary to you when it boils down to it. Because that's my gift. I don't fucking fear what might happen if I fucking try and fail. I fear what happens if I don't try. And that's what fucking makes me move. Because I don't want to be fucking poor and fucking normal. Yeah. But guess what? Mm-hmm. If I was, I'd still be happy. Because happy's a choice. Bitch. Now, we wasted about fucking 40 valuable minutes arguing over a perspective where it was clearly 100% I was correct. Well, now you admit it.
It's your perspective.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And that's a good perspective to have.
I agree.
What's your perspective?
My perspective is what worked and will work for me. And until
I know, but so your perspective is what? First of all, do you need money to be happy?
I 100%.
Do you need money to be happy?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, then you must be a miserable motherfucker.
I'm happy as shit right now.
Why?
I mean, first of all,
so how much do you need?
Well, here's the thing.
By the way, how much do you need? Because, dude, I'm telling you, if I had your money, I'd literally be depressed.
But I'm not happy because of the money that I have only. I'm not saying that's why I'm happy or not happy. I mean, I want my health, I want my family, and I want my money to get better. I got the family and then the health together. That's good. It's taken care of. So now my only
so you're not happy
because
of money.
I'm happy because now I know my potential. Because if I went from zero, because
then that's not money.
No, because I
because
I validated to myself.
Compared to people with money, Jalal, look, you don't have any money, so therefore. You're still happy though.
If I went,
because from your perspective, you got more than you fucking had.
I agree with you.
Okay, so now you're happy because you have a little money. When in reality, you don't have any money, dude. You're still fucking broke.
I agree with you.
But your mindset, your perspective is fucking. I had way more than the fuck I had, and I'm going to get where I'm wanting to go. So the potential is making you happy. The money is not. Yes or no?
I agree with you.
See? You can't fucking out.
No, I mean,
you can't fucking argue with the B-Meister, dude.
What is this called? The real Bradley is dropping bombs. It's like you're not letting me validate my point.
Yes, I am, because I know your point, but what you're trying to do is validate someone else's point, and it was a bullshit point to begin with.
It's not someone else's
Yes,
point.
It is. Makes sense of being broke. You don't know where you don't think I know where that shit comes from?
I mean, but of course I learned a lot there.
That's bullshit, dude.
But it worked.
No, it's
I went
bullshit.
there from zero to what I'm at today.
No, it isn't.
Okay.
It is not, dude.
Okay.
You didn't realize you were broke before? He got you to realize that fucking you were broke?
It's not he or no. Here's the thing. Let me just be clear here. I came to this country with nothing, right?
Yeah.
Today, of course.
Were you happy before you came?
Was I happy?
Yeah.
I was in fear.
Were you happy?
I'm happy that I made it into America.
Yeah.
Right.
See, happy. You were happy
until I fucking went homeless. Now I'm not happy.
When you went and saw your mom, were you happy?
Of course I did.
Okay.
But then I went homeless and I wasn't happy. Right. I had to sleep in a fucking Honda.
Yeah, but see,
that didn't feel good.
I know, but look, listen to yourself.
But let me finish.
No,
let me finish.
Because you gotta acknowledge, dude.
It's if you keep cutting me off, I'll never.
I'm not cutting you off. It's called a conversation.
Okay.
Goes two ways.
So let me finish this.
And by the way, if I break this fucking down, dude, there's 41 minutes of me just listening to your ass. 41 straight minutes.
Now let me just finish this. Now, I am happy, of course, because I came with nothing. I'm out where I'm at today. I was able to collect as much money as I did, right? Which is, again, I'm not saying I'm rich. Of course, I'm still fucking broke. But because I was able to collect that much money.
Dude, me and you were both broke.
Now, because I collected as much as I did, and I see what that has changed for me and my family and the people that I care about, even the people that work with me, right? And now I know if I did the zero to this amount, Now I can do from this to 100.
Sure.
I just
And
gotta
more,
do it
and
again.
even more than that.
And I can do more with that. And that makes me happy, is what I am saying.
Okay, so what you're saying is the potential makes you happy.
Of course it does.
Okay, so if you had no money, but all the potential, would you be unhappy?
If I had all the money and...
No, if you had no money and all the potential.
Yeah, that was me when I came to America.
And were you unhappy?
When I was homeless, I wasn't. I was.
Dude, that's called inconvenienced. Okay, at the end of the day, you were homeless and unhappy because you knew what it was like to not be a homeless. If you were if homeless was all you've ever known and you had a Honda to sleep in instead of fucking nothing,
Then I'm happy
you would
about
be
the Honda.
fucking happy you had a Honda
So
to sleep
again, of
in.
course.
And then someone else would be like, look at that fucking homeless bum. What is he so fucking happy for? And you'd be happy because you had a goddamn fucking car to sleep in. And the person that looked at you and said, you should not be happy, you're fucking broke, would be the wrong one. Because I would say you should be happy you have a fucking car to sleep in. That should make you happy. Like you should be happy.
I
You should
agree.
be content.
You're
But
right.
yet you're broke. Therefore, money is not the fucking thing, dude. It's perspective. It's appreciation. It's fucking being grateful. It's all perspective.
Yeah.
Again, like I'm healthy, knock on wood, no terminal disease. I'm fucking happy about that, right? So if someone just said, hey, Brad, you don't have any more money and your companies are over. I'm still happy I don't fucking have terminal diseases. I'm still happy my family's not going anywhere. I'm still happy I'm not fucking getting indicted for some fucking murder, right? I'm fucking happy for a million reasons that has nothing to do with money. Why? Because after all these years of living, I realized that happiness is a choice. And you either choose to be happy or you choose to live in fucking misery. And too many people are assuming that this money is going to make them happy when they don't need to wait for some magical time to start being happy. They can start being happy right now. It's called be grateful, change your perspective, be thankful, and start being happy right now. And by the way, coincidentally enough, the happier you are, the more fucking opportunity and money you're going to get.
I agree.
Yeah. So it's like, dude, just change fucking perspective. Right now, you're happy because you got some money, way more than you used to have. You're kicking ass, taking names compared to what you used to. You're fucking broke as a joke fucking compared to other people like me. I'm a fucking loser compared to fucking a bunch of people. Should that make me unhappy? Fuck no.
No.
Bezos would think I was a broke fucking clown. I'm not going to be unhappy because Bezos doesn't think I should be, or I don't have as much money as he does. I'm going to be unhappy because of other reasons. And to me, I don't think personally I'd ever end up being unhappy only because of one lesson that I've learned. Happiness is a choice. Like them fucking cronuts make me happy. You know how many people would be unhappy that I ate that donut or that they did? Why? Why are they unhappy?
Choice.
No, it's because fucking, oh, that's bad for you. Oh my God, I shouldn't have done that. Oh my God, I'm going to be fat. Shut the fuck up and be happy. You just had a cronut, bro. If you ever come to Vegas and you don't get a cronut, you won't even understand the conversation.
I agree with you.
But I will tell you this, Jalal. By the way, for those of you that don't know his name, that's his name.
Jalal.
So when you see him, you call him the king of Miami real estate. You can also roll up and say, "What's up, Jalal? What's cracking with you, dog?" Give him a fist bump. He'll act like he don't know you because he prefers to be called the king, don't you?
I like my first name, but I prefer the king though. Absolutely. I mean, do you know, like in the beginning when I got here, trying to explain to people like Jalal, you know, and
Yeah,
like,
Jalal-
it's so simple, but I got called Jamal so many times, and I was like, just go.
And
by
you
the
don't
king.
drink at all?
No.
Anything? Ever?
No.
See? Now to me, that's weird, and you should be unhappy.
I'm so happy that I don't.
See, that's weird.
It's
Do
a
you drink?
perspective.
Would you
He
be
does.
unhappy if you couldn't drink? Yeah, but see, I'm making a point here. Like, goddamn, if I couldn't drink or I didn't drink, I think
Yeah.
I'd be unhappy.
I
Well, guess
agree.
what? I wouldn't be unhappy. I got the wrong perspective. His perspective on drinking is different than mine.
I agree.
Because if I didn't drink ever again my whole life, I can still be happy. And it has nothing to do with alcohol. That's why people have addictions. That's why alcoholics are alcoholics. They think if I don't drink, my life is ruined. Mm-hmm. I just don't want you to be addicted to money to where you think if I don't have money, I'm a fucking worthless piece of shit, because it's not true.
I agree with you.
And it's not gonna stop you and paralyze you.
I agree with you.
Okay, then fucking point made.
I just think,
folks, you guys fucking know that I just closed the King of Miami Real Estate.
I don't think I got a fair shot at this one though.
I do.
I really don't.
I do. I mean, dude, I let you talk. You'll hear this back and you'll fucking get tired of listening to you too. You'll be like, holy fuck, dude, I just sat there and argued the whole time, when in reality the motherfucker was 100% correct. I should have just said, fuck yeah, I totally see what you're saying. Holy shit. Because I think you do now. Deep down now you do.
I mean, I never disagreed with you.
You just, yeah, you did.
No, I was, your point is right. I was just explaining the way I looked at it.
No, you said something about you'll be sad. And I said, dude, that's sad that you feel that way. And that started the whole thing.
Okay.
Where you were there. Well, is that what happened?
But I mean,
that's what started it, is you thought, no, dude, I need to believe this or I'll be happy being broke. If you can make sense of being broke, you'll remain broke. Bullshit. That's dumb, dude. That's fucking not true.
But that's your perspective.
No, it's the truth. That's just a fact.
Okay.
I'm using perspective as the evidence. Perspective is the evidence.
Yeah, but now I'm just gonna follow what you said. You're right. I agree with you.
No, now you're using his other tactics.
No. What other tactics? You just told me.
Hey, I happen to buy into those tactics.
You just told me you could
listening?
disagree with me.
I agree with those. I agree with those tactics. There's no reason to argue with people if you're trying to sell them. Problem is you're not trying to sell me, and I'm not trying to sell you. But if you were trying to sell me on something, you should agree with me, not argue with me.
I agree with you.
Yeah, me too. In that case, but I'm not trying to sell you something. So,
I'm with you.
So you can disagree if you like.
No.
Like your liquid success on the fucking Instagram, like it's gross. But dude, there's a lot of people. I've seen people. I know, but I've seen people do it back to you because you repost their shit. Yeah. And I'm thinking, see, that's good. That's good though. See, people are imitating. What's up, folks? That's good. That means people are liking you. That means you're getting attention. And guess what? There's probably people that don't like you.
Oh, there's plenty.
Do you give a fuck?
Nah.
See, who cares, dude? Who gives a shit if they don't like you? It ain't going to affect your life. There's people out there that are fucking petrified that people won't like them. So guess what they do? They do nothing in fear of someone's going to judge me and not like me, so therefore I'll do nothing. Dude, is there a fucked up perspective? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, kids, listen, go follow at the King of Miami Real Estate.
I'll explain more then.
Yeah, we'll have him back so he can fucking try to come back and
make it right.
Out explain me. Until next time, kids.
Let's do this, folks. Oh my God. It's hot as shit.